What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Real Shocker, the 96 Hedgehog here with our Week 3 PMC Draft Team Builder. You guys saw right there, I'm using OBS for the first time. Now, I will say this, you will not see this OBS until the Week 3 goes up, obviously. But I am there. I mean, you might also see other videos before you see me talk about this, but yeah, break the fourth wall in future videos or early videos. Who knows? But we are here for week 3. We are going against Iraz. We're just gonna call him Iraz because his name is kind of hard to say. He actually was a part of WWC. We did not get to face him in season 5, but we get the matchup here, and we also, as you can see here, we made some transactions. So before we go into the team and everything like that, I'm going to go over the transactions. I decided to use up all 5 of my transactions, and we've got at least 2 of our transactions coming this week. So I unfortunately had to drop Metagross, Zygarde, Kabutops, Roselia, and probably the most heartbreaking one of them all, I had to drop Glacier. So kind of let's go over the things. I dropped Roselia because there was probably no way I was bringing it. Kabutops, I just felt like matchups wise, it had a good couple of them, but I just done goes. Zygarde 10, I really didn't want to drop, but looking at what I wanted to add for this team, I felt like I needed to, so there was that. Um, Metagross was doing really good. I think Metagross had like 2 or 3 kills for the team, and tried to put in some work and everything like that. Glacier, even though didn't get a kill, it would have been so good. But I looked at my matchups going against some of my opponents. Glacier just struggled. It would have been so hard to break certain steel types that it needed to break. It was just gonna be one mod that was excuse me, was just one mon that we had to struggle to break, and we just didn't have the big team around it. So it is very unfortunate that we do not get to use Glacier, but I will not give up. I want to try Glacier. I want to use Glacier, and I think Glacier can be an amazing Pokemon. It's just, unfortunately, right now, we have to drop it. So that is that. But going into this match, and for the Mons we picked up, I picked up the Mons in Gigalith, Duraludon, Claydol, Noctowl, and I'm sorry, I don't care, Mr. freaking Vish. So I picked up Gigalith because, for one, it replaces the Stealth Rocker in Metagross, which is relatively good. I grabbed Claydol over Kabutops because it replaces again said Stealth Rocker and replaces the Rapid Spinner that I need for this team. And now more of my team kind of doesn't care so much about hazards as much, because now also with picking up Noctowl, I pick up now a second reliable defogger. Yes, picks up a second flying type, but more times than not, people cannot be expecting me to really bring this mon and all, but it does prep at that I could reach from defog. Oh, excuse me. Don't know why I'm so tired. But yeah, and then I picked up Mr. Vish because he's freaking Mr. Vish. Why wouldn't I pick him up? Come on. But I also picked up Duraludon. Now, Duraludon I have only used one time, and that was in APA Season 4, I want to say? Yeah, Season 4. Because I'm pretty sure it's Season 6 right now. So, yeah, Season 4, it was when all the new Mons came out, and I was on the whole, new Gen 8 Mon hype kind of thing. And Duraludon was one of those Mons that did decent with us. It wasn't the best, but it was decent. But I wanted to try Duraludon again. Duraludon is really great. We only have a few weeks left of the season, so it doesn't really matter to me that much about having Double Dragon. If you honestly think about it, Dracovish primarily just gonna work as a water type, and Duraludon works as both Steel and Dragon. So in theory, I think this just works relatively well for me in those type of regards. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I explained everything. Noctowl, like I said, just a default. So let's go ahead and get into this matchup against Iraz. Iraz, his team is relatively scary, but lacks a little bit of something. But he's got Mamoswine, Togekiss, Rotom-Mow, Persian, Alola, Dragapult, Marshtomp, Corviknight, Regice, Gallade, and Rapidash. So looking at this matchup, Mamoswine just says, please murder this man's team. Just murder this man's team. My only answers to this Pokemon is Buzzwole and Dracovish. That is it. There's nothing else on my team that can beat Mamoswine. And if he doesn't bring that, he makes me over prep for that thing. First off, that's amazing prep on his end. But second of all, it would just be glorious. But I know he's bringing it. I think Togekiss is going to come because I think Togekiss is a very annoying mon. There is a decent chance this Togekiss could be a potential heavy duty boots, roost, Thunderwave kind of set, stuff like that. So I do need to be careful about that. Rotomo, I think, comes as potentially just a defensive pivot mon with Will-O-Wisp. It could potentially pack dual screens, so that's definitely something I do need to be careful about. I could definitely see pretty much a fast pivot set in Persian, or like a just defensive pivot set with U-turn or parting shot, knockoff and shenanigans and stuff like that. Dragapult, it's a Dragapult. It could probably run Choice Scarf if it really wanted to, but it would have to be forced into the fact. And if he doesn't bring Choice Scarf if he does bring Choice Scarf predicting my sand, that actually puts a benefit on me. It's a bit of a cripple because he can run Modest versus me if he runs Choice Scarf and like run 0 speed, outspeed Scarf Dracovish, outspeed max speed Jolly Dracovish and Sand. But I think we got the team to kind of handle that. And believe it or not, I'm actually expecting Marshtomp to come versus me. Why? It's actually a relatively good answer to a good majority of my team. If he doesn't want to bring Marshtomp, I think Corviknight's his next best mon to bring versus me, as it handles my Sceptile relatively well. It's also a mon that could potentially 1v1 the Duraludon, as I am not packing Thunderbolt. I might change one of the moves on there for Thunderbolt, so I can just be careful. Regice can potentially come, but I have a Steel type. I've got him on that can just blow that thing around. I've got a Buzzwole. I've got a Flareon. Gallade really doesn't have the best matchup versus me. On Rapidash, I just generally doesn't come. I feel confident, not fully confident, but semi-confident knowing that Rapidash plus Gallade, I do believe is not coming. Regice is one of those mons I think can come, and again, Marshtomp could potentially be replaced with Corviknight, but I think he just brings Marshtomp because Marshtomp's relatively strong versus me. So, look at the team we are bringing this week, baby. We are bringing Zeku, offensive Tapu Koko this week. Max special attack with the modest nature, 80 in HP, 176 in speed. With this speed, we are faster than max speed Rapidash. I did not bother to be faster than Persian because Persian is an Amon that I do not expect to run max speed, and if it doesn't run max speed, I'm just generally faster than it anyway, so I don't think it would really mind that. I don't know why I am yawning so much right now. It is ridiculous. But nonetheless, we run enough speed to outspeed Rapidash just on the off chance for some reason he has it. But if not, it's just really good to kind of, have him on to be faster in it and everything like that just to be safe. So, yeah. This also outspeeds Mamoswine if he's not Choice Scarf, which he has to be Choice Scarf versus me. There's no other way you run a Mamoswine versus me. I don't believe it. But Zaku, honestly, pretty much just cleans up in KOs. I can freely click Dazzling Gleam majority of the time. I do have Thunderbolt on there just so it's Thunderbolt spam. But actually, do I really need Thunderbolt? Yes, I do. I need Thunderbolt in case Corviknight potentially comes. But Grass Knot's really good to check Swampert. On Marshtomp, it's also really good to stop Mamoswine in its track because I pretty much can click Dangleam, live any hit with the Shuka Berry, and then go for the Grass Knot and knock him out, which is very, very, very good. Up next, we have Geico. Geico has relatively strong matchup as well. We're running the Electric Seed on Burden set, running 36 speed. It's very weird that I'm running speed because I really don't need speed this matchup. But I am putting in the speed just in case if I can find out that Mamoswine is Choice Scarfed or not. And I mean, I think it's unnecessary, but excuse me. I really don't know why I'm yawning so much. I've been awake the whole day today. But just to be safe, 84 inch defense, 136 special in the HP, max attack, add a weaken Togekiss down, and get a +2 Swords Dance. We should be able to knock that thing out with a Rock Slide, which I don't believe is going to be max HP, max defense. I am expecting more of a relatively specially defensive Togekiss if it comes versus a physical one. But it could still have some good physical investment. So, there's that. We have Dragon Claw there to hit the Dragapult, which is very important. We have Leaf Blade as our stab. Leaf Blade kind of hits about everything. Again, if I can weaken down stuff like Rotom, and if the Corviknight comes, weaken down Corviknight to where a +2 Rock Slide knocks it out, then that'd be really, really pog. So there's that. Up next, we're bringing Mr. Vish. He makes his debut because honestly, he has such a strong matchup. We are bringing a Jolly Vish. Now, this Mr. Vish, very, 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 very specific. This Mr. Vish is specifically made to outspeed Dragapult with Dragapult speed creeping my Tapu Koko. This is a very unique speed creep to that point, which it should guarantee that I'm faster than Dragapult, which means if I weaken down Dragapult, Vicious Rend just claims a KO. And if we don't see Togekiss for some reason, and we see Corviknight instead, then once Corviknight gets weakened down to some degree, and I can get 2-hit KO with Outrage, Outrage spam is pretty much free against him, which is pretty good. But pretty much I'm just clicking Vicious Red. Oh. Excuse me. I do have Leech Life there as recovery options, which is really good, and also there's some decent good chances to hit things like, say, Rotom, and it's also really good to hit the things like the Galarian, not Galarian, Alola and Persian. I don't know why I'm blanking on these names right now. I do not know why. But I do have Psychic Fangs on there. Now, the only reason I have Psychic Fangs is just because if I do see screens. If I do see screens, I basically am going to just nullify that and just say, nope, screens aren't happening. I might change, honestly, you know what? I think I'm honestly going to get rid of Leech Life because he's only good on 2 Mons. Really, I think I'm going to run Facade. Just in case Rotom burns me, potentially. I would rather have Facade so I can be able to kind of, be able to abuse that once Corviknight gets weakened down and once Dragapult gets taken out. But we're not bringing one. We're bringing 2 Choice Scarfers this week. We're bringing Choice Scarf, Galarian, Moltres this week with U-Turn, Hurricane, Fiery Wrap, Air Slash. Basically the exact same set as last time, but we're bringing a Choice Scarf set. This guarantee outspeeds Choice Scarf max speed Jolly Mamoswine, which means Mamoswine cannot reliably just lock in a move. And if I weaken it down to some degrees, I can go for Fire Wrap. There's no real switches to Fiery Wrap besides Persian, but Persian can't really 1v1 me. And plus, I get Berserk boost if anything else. Togekiss relatively walls me, but I can go for Hurricanes and Air Slash. More times than not, depending on his switching is to me, I basically can handle that. But this is 100% my counter to more times than not the Dragapult. Dragapult's very, very really scary, as most people always know. But this is a Pokemon that can just sit in front of Dragapult and just beat 1v1. If I can just weaken down Togekiss in Persian, I can safely lock into Fire's Wrath and just start cleaning house on most majority of the things. But you are running mech, like I said, the speed for that, running the rest in special attack and 80 in HP just for a little bit of bulk. Very, very important. Actually, I want to just double check some things. Make sure my IVs are correct. Sometimes I get 0 IVs. Okay. We're bringing Skyscraper. It's a very risky Skyscraper set. I kind of want to change this to Assault Vest. But I just don't know. And I might change off potentially Thunderwave. No, if I change it to Assault Vest, I don't know. I'll figure out the set again. But as of right now, we're running Dragon Ball Flash Cannon, Thunderwave Light Screen, 40 HP, max special attack, and 216 in the speed. Like, again, the speed is designed to outspeed Mamoswine if it's out Scarfed, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be Scarfed. So what I maybe should do instead is maybe run a Spadef tank set and then run Iron Defense with leftovers potentially. Because if I also just, run into something that is going to mess me up, I'd rather run something that can safely go into stuff and everything like that. So, yeah, we might change that up. But basically, Duraludon has a very, very free matchup just to click buttons with Dragon Pulse plus Flash Cannon. It forces Togekiss not to come in on me. It basically allows me to go for Dragon Stab and pretty much I'll Steel Stab relatively for free and no drawbacks in what I do. I think the only switching he has to this thing is relatively Gallade. And Mamoswine. But Mamoswine does not want to take a Flash Cannon to the face, so this might be potentially my lead, because more times than not, I probably see him leading Mamoswine against me. And there is the bluff of Choice Scarf Duraludon, but I don't think he will expect me to be Scarf Duraludon. I think when he sees like Mr. Vish and Duraludon, he'll probably assume that one of those two is Choice Scarf and one of the other is Choice Banded. Because Choice Banded kind of makes semi-sense versus his team, but I'm bringing Choice Scarf, so there's no that. I'm not going to run Triple Choice Scarf. There makes no sense for that. It would have been nice, but I generally don't think it's necessary to run triple choice scarf this matchup. That's because that's where really over prepping for some mons, and it could cripple me down in the later matches as well. So, but last but not least, we have Scott Sterner, the Buzzwole, the genetic freak. We have Roost, Drain Punch, Poison Jab, Darkest Lariat, 84 HP, 112 special defense, 60 in speed, max attack adamant. We are running enough speed to where we outspeed both zero speed invested Togekiss, and we are faster than zero speed defensive Rotom. We are not running Leech Life, which kind of stinks, but it makes sense because I can run Poison Jab. Poison Jab still checks Rotom. It checks Togekiss on the switch in. Drain Punch pretty much hits about everything I need to hit for super effective and neutral damage. And we have Dark Lariat, which is pretty much just there for the Dragapult. This set can pretty much just 1v1 against things like the Marshtomp. This doesn't primarily 1v1 the Corviknight, but I can hit the Corviknight hard. And if Corviknight is weakened to a sustained amount of degree, Drain Punch can potentially 2-hit KO that thing, because it's probably most likely going to be of a specially defensive set versus a physically defensive set that we're going to, because my team now is looking a little more special heavy than physical heavy in that type of sense of regard. But yeah, I think this team can do the job. This is week 3, so we have week 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We have 5 more weeks after this. We're currently 1-1. We do need to kind of be careful with the differential and stuff, but we have 5 more weeks, and if we can pick up, I think at least if we win this game, we go to 2-1. And if we probably pick up 3 more wins, then we're guaranteed playoffs. 2 more wins is up in the air, then comes differential. So if we win this game and we win at least 3 of our 5, then we are guaranteed playoffs. But again, you can't put stuff in the air when you have knowing. But that's gonna be it for this draft. This team builder. I'm looking forward to finally using longer videos and also get hyped for when we go live, baby. I will lower the volume on this. I don't know if it will lower the volume OBS. I do need to test that. But nonetheless, that is it for me, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. And if I haven't said already, like, comment, share, subscribe, join the Phil Sugar crew today because you'll be further with the King of the Crew. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.